4 million of the South African population is disabled. 98.6% of people with disabilities are unemployed. 100% of people with disabilities have been told how to behave, where they belong, and what to believe in. These beliefs have fostered a sense of segregation and voicelessness. Silence is what keeps the world's disabled population at the rock bottom of society. And Stanley Hutcheson and Associates, with the support of Bankseta, has decided to break the silence.
Stanley Hutcheson and Associates is a management consultancy firm established in 2002. We specialize in a range of services aimed at improving employee performance. With the twin problems of skills shortages and unemployment, especially amongst people with disabilities, Bankseta has awarded SHA funding this year to conduct a call center learnership for people with disabilities in Gauteng and KwaZulu-Natal. We currently have 50 people on the learnership. These learners have attended classroom-based training where a variety of soft and technical skills have been facilitated. They have also received hands-on practical experience at our fully operational call centers. Now that the theoretical part of their learnership has come to an end, they are required to gain practical work experience in order to complete the learnership. As South Africans, we have acceptance, comfort, opportunities and choices which we take for granted in our daily lives. But in the world of people with disabilities, the widespread disappointment of permanent prejudice is what makes up their lives.
In 1987, the Ramlakkans were ecstatic when they were to become parents of twins. The delight they felt soon turned to heartbreak when their precious babies were born premature at 6 months, underweight and not properly developed. One twin passed away and the other survived.
Hi, my name is Parishna Ramlakkan and I'm the twin that survived. Born on the 6th of June 1987, prematurely at 6 months, meant that I had to be put in an incubator in order to survive. 2 months later, the doctors sent me home with a clean bill of health. After 6 months, my grandmother noticed that I couldn't look directly at her. My eyes were just moving of their own accord. An eye specialist then confirmed my family's worst fears. My optic nerves had been burnt by the oxygen that breathed life into me. Being in an incubator for 2 months to ensure my survival had cost me my sight for life. And so my journey in life began. At the tender age of 6, I went to the Arthur Blacksoul School for the Blind in Pietermaritzburg. I had to board there for 12 years as the journey to and fro was strenuous on my parents. Completing my matric with an exemption, I was thrilled to find that I'd been accepted at the University of KwaZulu-Natal. I went on to complete my degree, majoring in legal studies and criminology, and I'm now completing my LLB honours at UNISA. Living in a world where I have to run while everyone else walks when it comes to opportunities, I was thrilled to find out that I was chosen to be one of the learners on a Bankseta learnership at Stanley Hutcheson and Associates. During the learnership, I not only learned skills to apply myself in the workplace, but I also found a family away from home at Stanley Hutcheson and Associates. After the theory part of the learnership was completed, I became anxious as doors for employment had been closed for me because society assumed that just because I'm blind, I wouldn't be able to function in a work environment. Well, Stanley Hutcheson and Associates gave me the opportunity to enter the working world. My first real job, I joined the Unlimited family that has 72 call centers around the country, and I became the first blind telesales agent to join the Unlimited company. So, when I call you, make sure you buy double deal from me. On a serious note, I would like everybody watching this to know that just because I'm blind does not mean that I cannot function just as well as an able-bodied person can. Give us a chance to prove you wrong. Ask Stanley Hutcheson and Associates how.
Majority of the learners have been shunned by society because they do not fit the stencil of what their role in society should be. They are forced to rely on the government and generosity of friends and family to survive. Our next learner, Austin, is no different. He has applied himself academically and stands proud with the qualification, but no hope in sight of employment.
Hi, my name is Austin. Born to a single parent meant that my mother had to work hard for our survival. I wasn't born with a disability. At the age of 7, a wound formed under the heel of my foot. The doctors had no choice but to amputate the bottom half of my leg. I completed my matric in the year 2011, and in the year 2012, I was granted a chance to study IT. It was a government project. I have all this qualification in hand, but yet still there's no employment. In the year 2013, I entered a Bankseta Learnership at Stanley Hutcheson and Associates, where they gave me practical experience. My ambitions or goals, I see myself in 5 years' time. I see myself opening an IT internet cafe. All I need is an opportunity, and the only crush that has kept me back is society's misconception.
At SHA, we are extremely passionate about ensuring that people living with disabilities are provided with the necessary work readiness skills so that they can prosper in the working environment. With projects such as the Bankseta Learnership program, these learners are given that opportunity. Our responsibility is to not only ensure that these learners are equipped with the required skills, but also ensure that we source employment for them.
You never know how strong you are until being strong is the only choice you have. The only disability in life is a bad attitude. Don't diss my ability.
Recognize my disabilities, emphasize my possibilities.
Let's break the barriers to employment for people with disabilities. The power is in your hands. Employ a trained and skilled learner today. For more information, contact Stanley Hutcheson and Associates on 031 201 3301 or visit our website. An initiative funded by Bankseta, trained and managed by Stanley Hutcheson and Associates.